Ranking the best quarterbacks in Madden 24. We are back here with another tier list update. Today we're going to be taking a look at probably the most important one, quarterback. Now today we got so many, a lot of them are NFL honors cards. We got like 4, Joe Flacco, CJ Stroud, Lamar, but today with the base tier list, there's going to be a lot of movement. So I'm going to go ahead and have Steve McNair and CJ Stroud as the 2 QBs in A tier. A tier for me is going to be bare minimum quad stack, but right now this is what it's looking like for me. William Perry, Andrew Luck are just 2 really hard cards for me to rank because with the amount of 0 AP apprentice receivers we have, you can definitely still make them work. I just think getting the quad stack or like hot rod master for 1 is just easier. So you don't have to base your team around specific receivers, but can definitely still see the argument for Perry even being, you know, top 5. So the first card right here obviously isn't a real player, but Shoji Takakura right here. It's not a stats thing, release gen 2, like it doesn't matter. For like abilities too don't matter. He plus his throw power to the quarterback. So for me, he's probably the best backup quarterback in the game just because he can boost your throw power a little bit. I think no matter what, he's just like C tier, like I don't know. He's a very tough one to rank. His play on the field is going to be F tier, but the fact that he boosts your team, I feel like he's just a C tier player for the existence, I guess. Or maybe you can go ahead and put him D tier just because again, he pluses your team a little bit. Yeah, I'll lean D over C because the C tier guys can still actually do pretty well. Now, all right, after that, we're going to get all the 93 NFL honor cards, and pretty much I can kind of rank them all the same because their stats are all going to be lower than their top end version. Obviously, they all will hit the accuracy thresholds, same release as their top end cards too. The main difference is no discounted abilities. So no discounted abilities for them. Pretty much this is for the 94s as well. Just getting no discounts, that's what really hurts the card. So for me, all these cards are just not really too usable. We can look at specific stats or whatever, but to me, it really just doesn't matter. This game is all about abilities and they get no discounts. And now after that though, we do get Jarrett Stidham at a 93 overall with 84 speed, 84 acceleration, 94 throw power. This time does not hit 90 for deep accuracy. That's already something we don't like to see, but for his release generic 2, I don't really like generic 2 too much. I think it is a pretty slow release, but this time he does get some discounts. Like you can go ahead and get Gunslinger protected and quick draw. So you could run Gunslinger for 1 and no set feet lead. So never mind. I was gonna like say something good about the card, but nope, no set feet lead. Just at this point, not too runnable. I'm gonna put Jarrett Stidham in the F tier as well. After that though, we do get Bryce Young right here with 93 speed, 90 acceleration, 95 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time traditional 5 as a release. I remember like week 1, his what's called field pass card was like the best quarterback in the game, or a lot of people ran him, right? But for abilities, again, no set feet lead. So for me, just really not too runnable. For me, Bryce Young also going in this F tier. Now for the rest of the video, this is where it gets kind of tough. We got Kyler Murray right here at a 95 overall, has 99 acceleration, 96 speed, 90s across the board for accuracy, and his release slinger 4. I don't hate it. I really don't. And we look at his abilities, okay? So he doesn't get double discounts, but he could potentially get a set feet lead, Howard Master, or Gunslinger for discount. So in this bucket, you could probably run Howard Master, set feet lead, that's at 7, and then a gift wrap on top of that for 8. Not really great AP value. You could go Gunslinger, set feet lead, and then gift wrap for 7 AP. I like Kyler Murray's card from a stat standpoint. I just don't love his abilities. So for me, man, like, oh man, this is kind of tough. I would rather run Josh Allen, Andrew Luck, and William Perry over him. For me, I'm putting him in the C tier. I know a lot of people really like this Kyler Murray card. You could say things about like William Perry and Andrew Luck, but I think the release is miles better than Kyler Murray's. So for me, he's like a top end of C tier quarterback. And right after that, we get Kurt Warner. Not really too mobile, of course. 97 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time, Gen 2 is a release. Again, do not like Gen 2, but for abilities, the main thing, the reason you would run this card is that he comes pre-equipped with Omaha for 0 AP, which is kind of, I don't want to say overpowered, but it's pretty much 5 plays off, 5 plays on, so on like that, like the Unstoppable Forces, but just for regular abilities, okay? Set feet lead, Howard Master, Fearless for discount. You would run the Howard Master for 1, set feet lead for 5, and then a Gunslinger on top of that for all 8 of your AP. Interesting quarterback. I just don't like his release, man. I really don't. I get the Omaha. He's another one that's kind of by like Kyler Murray for me. Again, I can see the argument for B tier. Me right now with the meta of this game, I value mobile quarterbacks. I value abilities, of course, and also release. Like those are like the 3 things that I really like. Like if you were to tell me I'm starting a team from scratch and I could choose one card, would I rather have Josh Allen, Andrew Luck, William Perry, Kurt Warner, or Kyler Murray? I'm picking all 3 of these cards over those 2, so I'm gonna have them a tier higher. And then after that, we get MCS Derrick Henry. You could have potentially got this card, I guess, for free, or you could have bought the bundle for him. 95 speed, 87 acceleration, 95 throw power. Again, the deep accuracy a little bit suspect at 88, but he does have traditional 4, which is the best release in the game. Now for his discounts, he gets set feet lead for 4 and doesn't get Howard. So you would run Step Feet Lead, Gunslinger, Gift Wrapped in total for 7 AP. And he's kind of similar to like Andrew Luck in them because you would just surround him by what's called 0 AP apprentice receivers. So I'm actually okay with Derrick Henry being like right here for me by Andrew Luck and William Perry. I think that's a fine spot for him. And after that though, we do get Doug Williams, and you can use a lighted up token on him. If you do use it, his stats get like plus by 1. So 93 speed, 88 acceleration, 96 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, and release traditional 4, again, best release in the game. Now for his lighted up X Factor, I would recommend running Gunslinger for 0 if you do have it. If you don't run Gunslinger for 0, honestly wouldn't run it for my playstyle, but you can. So the abilities he could get, right? You can go ahead and get Harbor Master and Step Feet Lead in total for what's called 5 AP. Then you can run a Gunslinger on top of that, then Gift Wrap, that is the quad stack for 8 AP. Or what you can go ahead and do is, if you have the lighted up X Factor, right? Step Feet Lead, Harbor Master, you can then run Roaming Deadeye, which I'm a big time fan of Roaming Deadeye, and then also Gift Wrap for all 8 of your AP. I think Doug Williams is still, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the game. I am putting Doug Williams for sure in this S tier. And after that, we do get Brock Purdy right here. So Purdy, 90 speed, 89 acceleration, 96 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, and I believe you can use a lighted up token on him and his stats will go up by 1. Again, Gen 2 as a release, but when we take a look at his abilities plus X Factor, so X Factor right here, again, pretty similar thing. He can actually get Omniscient right here, which is pretty interesting. It's Threat Detector plus Identifier if you do want that, or you can just run the Gunslinger for 0 like we did on Doug. And then for his just base abilities, right? Howard Master for 1 AP, you can then go Gunslinger this time for 0 AP, and then you can run Set Feet Lead for 6. Either or, like just Howard Master, Set Feet, like whatever. You could do like one of those two. Or with the light up X Factor, you'd already have Gunslinger, Howard Master, Set Feet Lead. In total, that's 5. And then you can run the Gunslinger Gift Wrapped, or you can run Roaming Deadeye Gift Wrapped on top of that for all 8 of your AP, just like we did with Doug. I think he has a lot worse release, but I like Brock Purdy's card, man. I can't lie. I am okay with having him in the A tier. Now, I would say Stroud and McNair are better because I like their releases more, but I think Purdy is a fine quarterback in the game. And also looking back, the reason why I rated this Kyler Murray higher than this one is because this one can get Howard Master. Just if you're curious, kind of a weird pause in the video. Now, after that, we do get Dak though with 93 speed, 91 acceleration, 97 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time Slinger 1 is a release, which is pretty nice over the middle of the field. Definitely a pocket passer release. And for his abilities right here, he can go ahead and get Step Feet Lead and Gunslinger for 3 AP. I would then run the Howard Master for 3 right here. In total, that's 6. Run a Gift Wrapped on top of that, that is 7, or run a Roaming Deadeye for all 8. So for me, I really like Dak's card, man. One of the better quarterbacks in the game. Once again, for me, I would put him right above Purdy. Him for Stroud, get a little bit better AP value, but I think Stroud's release is a little bit better. So I could see you going either which way. Like you could argue Dak right here. I don't think he's an S tier quarterback in the game. Now after that, we do get Randall Cunningham right here with 96 speed, 94 acceleration, 96 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time Gen 2 is a release. Wish they would have gave him traditional 4. Usually has the same release as Lamar, I believe. I think he did last year, but for his abilities right here, he doesn't get double discounts. So just like a Howard Master for 1 quarterback, or he's someone you don't run Howard Master with, like you can run Set Feet Lead, Gunslinger, and Gift Wrapped in total for 6 out of your 8 AP. Kind of similar AP value to William Perry, but the thing that's also pretty cool is he can get Running Gun or Escape Artist. I don't love the Running Gun plus Set Feet Lead combo because you have to hold sprint when you use Running Gun, and that makes Set Feet Lead not work, but Escape Artist is pretty cool. I think Randall Cunningham with that Escape Artist, that value right there, I'm going to put him B tier as well. I don't think he's better than Perry and like Luck and maybe even Derrick. I don't know. I'd probably play something like right here, just because if you do use Escape Artist, by the way, if you use that smart, I think still William Perry's better, but I think I'm going to go ahead and have him in the B tier. And right after that, we do have Derek Carr with 89 speed, 91 acceleration, 96 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy, for release Gen 2, and for his abilities right here, he gets a boatload. So he can get a Howard Master for 2, Conductor for 0 is what I would run right here, so that's 2 AP, Gunslinger for 1 AP, so that's 3, Set Feet Lead for 5. In total, that is all 8 of your AP. So no Gift Wrapped, no Gift Wrapped on top of that or anything. Kind of a tough quarterback to rank. I think I'm gonna have him B tier. Yeah, I think just not getting the Gift Wrapped, I'd rather run Dak and them over him. So yeah, I'm cool with him being B. All right, and now we get all the 96 honor cards, and to be honest with you, I think for every single one of these, their 96 and their 97 are pretty much gonna be on the same exact level. But first one we got right here is CJ Stroud with 90 speed, 92 acceleration. I'm gonna cover their 96s and 97s at the same time because really there's only one difference. It's like +1 stats, but the big difference is the fact that their 97s get 2 discounted buckets compared to their 96s only getting 1. So first one we got right here is CJ Stroud. So CJ Stroud, Howard Master protected 1 AP. You would then run the Set Feet Lead for 5, that is 6 AP, and Gunslinger on top of that for all 8 of your AP. And I'm gonna be honest with you, CJ Stroud's playoff card is a lot better. Now the reason why I say this, he's also going for a little bit more than the 96, but the reason why I say this, okay, so the 95, same exact release, again, accuracies, it's a wash, but for his abilities, he can get gift wrapped for 0. He can also go ahead and get a Hot Rod Master for 1. Then on top of that, he can get set feet lead, so that's 6, and then Gunslinger on top of that. So he's a quad stack quarterback. The honors card, not a quad stack quarterback. So for me, I'm going to put the 96 and the 97 actually below the 1 and A, and I'm going to put them both in the B tier, man. I like Josh Allen. And after that, we got Joe Flacco. They actually gave him decent speed, 84 speed, 85 acceleration, 96 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time Slinger 1 as a release, and for his abilities right here, he can go ahead and get set feet lead for 1 AP. Kind of good value right there, or not kind of good, really good value. Set feet lead for 1, Howard Master, that's 4 AP, and then Gunslinger on top of that for 6, and then gift wrapped on top of that for 7. And really the only thing that changes with his 97 is the fact that he can get a what's called a quick draw on top of that. Bare minimum difference. I don't think quick draw is really that crazy. For me, both of these cards, I'm gonna put them right by like Dak in this tier. I think Joe Flacco, actually one of the more slept on quarterbacks in the game. Didn't really think I was gonna say that, but yeah, I think he's actually really, really solid. And honestly, I'd put him above Purdy. I think Dak's a little bit better because he is a little bit more mobile. Then first Purdy, again, I think it's kind of tough. And after that, we got Lamar's honor card right here with 96 speed, 96 acceleration, 95 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time traditional 4 as a release. And for his abilities though, this is where they did him kind of dirty. So jukebox, fast break, dashing deadeye. Yikes. Didn't really give him quarterback abilities, gave him running back abilities. And you would run potentially like, I guess like fast, I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe jukebox for 0, maybe dashing deadeye for 0. But here's the thing, dashing deadeye plus set feet lead, it just doesn't work together, because when you roll out with set feet lead, you need to let go of sprint. When you roll out with dashing deadeye, you need to hold sprint. So one of the two abilities isn't going to work right there. So that's a terrible combo. Set feet lead, fast break, that's 6 AP. You run a gunslinger on top of that for 8. I mean, sure, you can fit some option schemes, but man, this card is not really good. I'm going to be honest with y'all too. I think his 94 is better. His 94 is better than his honor card. And the reason why I say that, right? When we take a look at this card, right? He gets gunslinger for 1 AP, set feet lead, and then gift wrapped on top of that for 7. I mean, I think that's better than what other Lamar can get. I think I'll put the 96 here and the 97 right here, just because he can get Howard Master. 97 does have 97 speed, but again, like on this card, you could go like fast break, jukebox, Howard Master. Now you can't get Howard Master plus set feet lead. Ah, man, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and move Lamar 96 and 97 Lamar D tier. I don't think they're as good as the 94, and that might be a crazy take to you, but I really don't think these cards are that good. And after that, we get 96 Pat Mahomes right here with 91 speed, 87 acceleration, 97 throw power, 90s across the board for accuracy. This time Slinger 2 as a release. I'm gonna be honest, so his release, it's not good by any means, but it's also not the worst thing in the world. It's definitely a little bit of a windup. I think it's fine, like intermediate range, but on the run, it's cool too. The one time I've had issues with this is when I played like a crazy A-gap blitz that I just didn't see before. I didn't know the protection. So that's one thing, like you can definitely blitz this release pretty easily. Definitely, I think when you go from Slinger 2 to traditional 4, you definitely notice a difference. It's not to the point where this card isn't usable. So you can use a lighted up token too. All the stats get plus by 1, but X factor wise could get backyard quarterback for 0 AP. Also that omniscient ability that we talked about with Brock Purdy. Running gun, again, I'm not a big running gun fan. I understand why people like it, but you have to hold sprint. I don't like holding sprint. I like letting go, so my set feet lead also activates. But backyard QB for 0, this is essentially Howard Master plus QB playmaker. This is what I would run in the lighted up. And then if you get that, right, so you essentially get Howard Master, set feet lead, gunslinger for 4 AP right there. Run a gift wrapped on top of that. That is 5. So that gives you 3 AP to play with. You can also run a roaming deadeye on top of them for 7 AP. And really the main difference between this and his 99 is the fact that the 99 has 1 more better AP value. So to me, again, lighted up token, 93 speed as well, 99 throw power. So definitely a reason to use this card. Again, this 99 is the best AP value in the game, and I'm kind of covering them right by each other just because it's literally 1 AP difference. That's it. It's like Pat Mahomes gets the quads, 99 Pat Mahomes gets it for 4, 96 gets it for 5, the quad stack I'm talking about. So the 96 is really good AP value. Man, where you have this card ranked is very, very tough for me because all these cards have better releases than him minus Brock Purdy, but he has way better AP value. So I could see you saying he's right here or he's right here. Now for the 99, however, he is the best AP value quarterback in the game. So I am going to put him S tier. I still like Doug Williams more than him. Quarterback's really, really tough right now. I think there are a ton of good ones, but for me, the top 2 is definitely Doug Williams and Pat Mahomes. To me, the reason why Pat Mahomes also makes sense is you can pass in the pocket with him because it just gives you so much AP value to where you can put secure pros all in your offensive line and you can counter the unstoppable forces like that. We could also have Andrew Whitworth, Rob Havenstein, 0 AP secure pros with the lighted up token on what's called Whitworth, and then the interior filled with 1 AP secure pros. And guess what? You have completely countered the unstoppable force meta. I really think Pat Mahomes, there is an argument for him best quarterback in the game. I also think Doug Williams, there's also a great argument because he has the best release and he gets the quad stack. And after that, we get 97 overall Dan Marino, not too mobile, 97 throw power, 90s cross support for accuracy, traditional 3. This is the same release as Mac Jones. I think it's pretty bad. They did Dan Marino dirty. I don't know why they give, how can you give Dan Marino a bad release? I don't understand, but maybe that's Finn's bias for some. But for abilities, however, can get pass lead elite and I guess fearless for 5 AP. And then Howard Master for 8. Like, I don't know. I hate his abilities too. I think his abilities are really bad. You can't run Gunslinger with him. Like you would have to run like protected, fearless, Howard Master, Gunslinger, and that just no velocity ability. It's bad. I don't like this card. I think he is really, they did him dirty, dude. They did him very dirty. I'm gonna go ahead and also put him probably in the D tier. He is not really a good, honestly, maybe could put him F, but he does get some discounts. I'm okay with D tier. I would think Tua is the better quarterback compared to those two. And finally right here, we get Troy Aikman. Obviously not too mobile, 80 speed, but 97 throw power, great accuracies across the board. But from an ability standpoint, this is where he stands out. Gets set feet lead for 1 AP, Gunslinger for 0. And on top of that, you can run a backyard quarterback X factor for 0. So if you want to run gift wrapped on top of that, it's quad stack for 2 AP. Obviously the backyard quarterback going to be off and on, but you could run Howard Master as well for 3 AP. So he's great AP value as well. A little bit different release than Mahomes as well. For me, I'm going to go ahead and have Troy Aikman in this S tier as well, because you could really argue that he is the best AP value because backyard quarterback quad stack for 2 AP potentially. Obviously, like, but also as well, I think this is good because Mahomes offers you a little bit of speed. Doug Williams offers you a little bit of speed as well. And Troy Aikman, like him being in this S tier. And I think you can argue he's a top end quarterback in the game. But yeah, boys, this has been my thoughts on the quarterback position in Madden 24 Ultimate Team. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? Now, if you guys did enjoy this video, though, you enjoy content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to stay updated with the best cards in Madden. Now, if you guys do want to go ahead and see me use some of these quarterbacks live on stream, I stream here and on Twitch Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern. To watch on the YouTube side of things, make sure to hit that noti bell as well to be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, this was my thoughts on the best budget cards in Madden 24.